Hi, this is Imogen Lamport from the Academy of Professional Image and also Inside Out Style and 16 Style Types. And I am coming to you live today. I thought I'd just have a little chat about my thought of the day. Thought of today is you have the power to change direction if you want to. This is my thought today, and it's one of those ones that I think is really important. Many of us put off in life things that might change our direction because we think it's too hard, we think it's impossible. It's a bit of a dream, but we never actually do that change. And I know for me that changing directions to become an image consultant was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'd never been in this space. I'd never even really worked in fashion at all, worked in a jewelry shop for a very short period of my life, but that's about it. And I really hadn't ever kind of really understood that this was a way I could possibly go until I stumbled across it. And so actually taking that leap of faith, because that's what it is. It's a leap of faith, but it's also having the faith in your ability that you can do it, that you have the strength, the power, and the ability to change direction and then make a go of something. You're a smart woman. You can do all these sorts of things. It's often very easy to stay in our safe little road, our safe comfort zone. And making a big change, changing direction of your life can be really scary. And even within my business over the years, I've changed directions in a way multiple times. I think about, the way that I started off as a kind of regular image consultant, doing nothing out of the ordinary, and then, changed a little bit of direction and created a color system of 18 color directions, the absolute color system that was like anything else that had been around with new names. Why call it tonal names? Why call colors, spring, summer, autumn, winter? Why not change the direction of color? And so that is how, the absolute color system was born, partly out of necessity, partly because I'd been spending years thinking, oh, this person doesn't really fit into any of the groups I've got, and that person doesn't really fit in. So how can I create something that really works? How can I take something? Now I live in an environment where we don't have the icy, snowy winters, nor do we have the soft summer days. So the traditional seasonal names just didn't work here. Plus, we live on the edge of Southeast Asia, and Southeast Asia has wet and dry or monsoon. Like, they don't have our traditional spring, summer, autumn, winter, either of the Northern Hemisphere. So it is one of those things that this is where the names of my color system were born. It was born out of discovering that colors could be named different things. One of the reasons was I was actually listening to a radio show, and on it they were interviewing somebody about color, and they mentioned that the more muted, darker colors, cooler colors, were known as sophisticated colors in Japanese. And for me, that was actually like this light bulb moment that went on that made me think, that's how I want to name my color system. I want my color system to have words that represent the feeling of the colors, and that's where, so sophisticated is the dark, more muted, softer, cool colors, because of course these colors come with age normally. They're not something you get when you're young, and therefore we tend to get more sophisticated as we get older. And I thought they just fit so well together. It was like a perfect marriage of colors and name. And so all the names kind of developed on when I was thinking about what's the feeling of the name. So I changed direction how I was doing that, and creating a product too like that, creating a color system. That was one change of direction. I had another one when I started my blog. That was a different change of direction. When I started creating all the online programs, taking my one-to-one in-person programs and creating something that we could do online and in groups, that was a whole change of direction for me. And then doing the 16 style types with Jill Chivers and Jane Kesey has also been another massive change of direction. It's not that I'm not doing the same things, it's just this kind of weaving that changes how I do things and how I perceive things, how I think about things. It's changed a lot about how I work with people, because I understand so much more about what works for different personality types, and therefore, am I better giving someone theory or am I better getting into the wardrobe? All those things really help me understand my clients better. But I changed from, you know, when I think about my whole life, I've worked in printing, I worked in publishing, I worked in marketing, I worked in IT, I did internal communications, you know, I worked in a jewelry shop, and now image consulting. They're all very different from each other. So there's no reason why you can't change directions. Often many people stop themselves with fear, but remember that fear is actually a survival instinct that's supposed to stop you from getting eaten by the lion. It's not supposed to stop you from developing a passion or a career or a business of something that you love. And if it's something that you're really excited about and really passionate about, it's something that you really want to do, don't let that fear stop you. Take that step. You know, you have that power to take the change, to make that change. And even, you know, there's no point in life where you have to do it the same as anybody else. You can change direction and do it however you want. So it's really something to think about when we're going, you know, what's stopping me? I have a lot of people who contact me saying, I'd really love to do, you know, become an image consultant, and then never take that first step. And the first step, of course, is doing some training and doing good, thorough training rather than really too basic training, because you really want to have a lot of the tools. It's quite an in-depth, it is a science as well as an art. So getting that training is going to get you that first step down your new pathway to creating a dream life, or a life that brings your dreams to reality, rather than just leaving them as dreams. Because often if we never take that step, we never do anything, we never actually change direction. We just continue on in the same path, and it might be okay, but maybe it's not as amazing as it could be.